Hello students, this is your commerce teacher again. Today we are going to discuss about third chapter in commerce. The name of the chapter is management process, and the management process again it is classified into two. One is MBO, which is known as management by objectives, and the second one is MBE, management by exception. So let us start with the first process, MBO. So first I will be explaining the meaning of MBO. MBO is a management system in which each member of the organization effectively participates and involves himself. It automatically creates an employee in an organization self-control, as well as it motivates a manager put into action. So this is a short explanation about MBO. So again I repeat, what is MBO? MBO is nothing but the process which plays an important role in the management between the superior and the subordinate. The superior means the experienced person, so easily he can identify the level of the performance of the employee in the organization. Now again, this MBO has been used in many levels and many organizations. So one more definition has been given in this chapter, so you have to go through that. Now next we are moving to the main objectives of MBO. So there are 8 objectives are there. So the first objective is to measure, judge performance. So measure means the superior can easily calculate the level of the employee. Suppose for example 8 hours is the duration of the company means. So in this 8 hours, so what are the different type of the work can be completed by an employee in a day. So that is called as it is easy to measure as well as to calculate his performance. How much he can able to complete the task in a day. Understood students? Now the second objective is, so easily we can gain the individual performance of organizational goals. Then third one is easily we can compare it between 2 or 3 persons. So based on that, the expectations of an employee we can come to know. Then the next one is easily we can calculate the growth of the subordinates, that means the employees in the organization, and easily we can prevent the communication between the superior and the subordinates, and easily we can come to know about that how much an increment can be made for an employee in the organization. So for that level also this MBO is helpful for us. Then the last one is it serves as a device for an organizational to control and integration. So these are the 8 objectives of MBO. Now next we are moving to features of MBO. So there are 10 features has been given. So students please select any 5 and then go through it because 5 points are enough. Now I will explain one by one the features. The first feature is the MBO combine the long run and the short run goals. Then it tries to relate any problems faced by an organization. Then not only for girl, it is also effective for the performance level of an employee. Then apart from that, an organization capacity has been increased in almost all the levels. Then the next one is it exercise of authority with the consultation. Then at last it provides and trust and goodwill to perform the employees in the organization. So these are the features of MBO. Now next we are going to an important essay type question is called as explain the process of MBO. The process of MBO are classified into 8. Number 1, defining the objective. Number 2, goal. Number 3, KRA, key result area. Number 4, setting subordinates. Number 5, resources with objectives. Number 6, review with meeting activities. Number 7, appraisal of activities. Appraisal means performance appraisal. So based on the calculation, the judgment, the report submitted by the superior, so we come to know how much an increment has been made by the company. That is called as performance appraisal of activities. Then the last one is reappraisal. It can be considered. Suppose any fault or any mistake made by an employee due to the period, the probationary period, 1 year or 6 months or 8 months given by the company. So this time if there is any mistake has been made by an employee, that means the subordinates, so that can be considered. So that is called as reappraisal of objectives. So because of that one or two mistakes or any problems faced by an employee, it should not affect his performance level. So that is the last process called as reappraisal of objectives. So in a quick reading, I'll explain about all the 8 processes of MBO. Number 1, organizational objectives. The organizational objective means goal. So starting with a goal from the top level to the management and it ends with the bottom level. So it can be easily framed. Either he or she should be the top level to the bottom level. Then second one is the goal. So the goal of each section, each department, each division has been framed. Then the third one is the important process called as KRA, key result area. So this key result area only plays an important role in an MBA because these are the main guidelines to increase the profit of the organization, as well as it motivates and innovates the subordinates of the organization. Then the fourth one is setting subordinate objectives or target. So to fix any objective at the lower level in quantitative units. Quantitative, and there are quantitative and qualitative. So first we have to measure the quantitative units. The next one is matching resources. Resources means what are the resources are needed for an organization. So we are discussing about the level of the employees. So the level of the employees, resources means the main thing is whether he is having the technical knowledge, able to produce, or the next one is any raw materials which are needed to produce. So these are only considered as an important resources. The next is review meetings. The superior and the subordinate should conduct a meeting periodically so that they can discuss about the problems where they are lacking, or again and again the superior has to explain about how to complete the task to the subordinates. The next one is appraisal of activities. Appraisal of activities means the superior always asks or to identify what are the problems faced by the subordinates in the organization. Then the last one is reappraisal of objectives. Reappraisal means the growth of an organization is mainly depends upon the changing condition which is prevailing by the top management executive. So these are the 8 processes of MBO. Now next we are going to the advantages and disadvantages of MBO. Again there are 10 advantages of MBO has been given. So you have to select any 5. So in a quick revision I just explain the advantages of MBO. The advantages of MBO, it helps the managers to understand their role. Then automatically it gives a way for planning, and automatically once planning has been fulfilled, then we can continue our goal setting process with the help of the subordinates. Then it is easily calculate the system of performance of an employee in an organization, and also gives an idea how to correct the employees in an organization, and it motivates every work in their job, and it also gives a decision making tool to the subordinates. So these are the advantages of MBO. Now next we are going to the disadvantages of MBO. So disadvantages are 5 are given. So point wise you have to cut short and then make it into 2 lines of each point. Now first one is, it does not explain the philosophy. That is the main one. Then number 2, it is a time consuming process because the superior has to analyze. After then only he can motivate the subordinates in the organization. And then it does not consider the term of the objectives. And at last the expert says that it is a rigid one. So which cannot be fulfilled for all the organization to follow this type of MBO. That's all about MBO. Now the second management process is called as MBE. That means management by exception. Management by exception means, for example, if a production manager, he is involved in his duty but he can able to produce only 100 units. So what are the problems or what are the defects has been faced by the production manager in order to increase the level of the units. So in such a way, the second process MBE is helpful for us. Now I'll explain the advantages of MBE. Advantages of MBE means it mainly saves the time of the manager because it deals only exceptional cases where there is a problem in the particular department. So that department only its needs for this case. That means the MBE case. Then the next one is, it mainly focus only on the problems. So based on that, managerial talent and energy has been fulfilled. Then it automatically increase the delegation of authority from the top level to the lower level. And it is an important technique to use the knowledge of trends. And it is also giving an idea to solve any critical problems. And at last, it is also helpful for us to derive an performance appraisal of an employee in the organization. So these are the advantages of MBE. Then wherever advantages means, the drawbacks also is there. So there are only 2 drawbacks of MBE. MBE, the main drawback is only important cases only we can follow the system. So not for almost all the process. Then the second one is, the management has to insist that they can proceed this MBE. Then only it will come to the level to where to identify the fault. So that's all about chapter 3, the management process. So along with this video, PDF also I am going to send. So based on that, you just go through. If you have any doubt, you can clarify. Thank you, students.